So on Friday, I was just assigned SoFi shares at $26, which is above the current market value of SoFi. And here's exactly how I plan to play it. And if you just drop a comment down below on today's video, I'm going to give you our full rolling playbook for option sellers, a must-know skill if you're just getting into the wheel strategy and the Ark Options Strategy. Drop a comment. I'll send it to you. No strings attached. And while you're down there, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button and that subscribe button. And of course, guys, I hope you're having an absolutely God blessed day. You are surviving this winter storm here. I don't know about you guys, but my back's hurting a little bit. Definitely one of the worst snowstorms I have been a part of in the last 10 years. But with that said, we still got some premium to chase out here this week, right? We are heading into the busiest part of earnings season. We've got massive earnings, and of course, our community love child of SoFi reporting on Friday before open on the 30th. But obviously, be paying attention to this week. Not the point of today's video, but oh my gosh, tons of catalysts this week from Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, obviously big one from Apple. A couple others in here, but be paying attention to it. But with that said, let's go head over to our SoFi chart. So SoFi recently had a bit of a not a great Friday here recently. So I had a bunch of contracts expired. I had 2650s, I had 24s, I had 2550s, I had 26s, right? That all just ended up being expired worthless besides my 26s. Now, what I ended up taking was assignment. Now, I was traveling last week, so I wasn't able to manage the position, so to speak. I was in the car for basically 6 hours, but I'm not too stressed about the assignment part. But here's how I'm going to actually play it. So obviously, me at the time of recording this, I'm assigned at $26. SoFi's trading at $28.85. A little bit of red in pre-market, but we'll see what happens here. Now, taking a look at this 6-month chart here on SoFi, right? Nothing, no drastic. I mean, it's moving, but like compared to like looking at as over the past year, SoFi seems pretty calm over the last 6 months, which has made it a lot of fun. Now, calm in the sense of meaning, 6 months ago we were trading at 21 and now we're only trading at 25. But look what has happened in between, folks. This has been an absolute, premium chaser's dream with this volatility on a great stock that I personally love to own. It has been fun, and it is one of I rarely have been getting assigned here, and that's why I've been a little bit more aggressive on my puts here recently, taking my 26s. Yes, it was a little bit more of an aggressive play, but it's okay. I use it as a way to own more shares. Now, with that said, we've been below this middle Bollinger Band area for really all last week. Why? Well, because as we are going into a little bit of uncertainty here with SoFi reporting earnings here. Now, obviously, expectations are high. Is SoFi priced for perfection? I wouldn't say it's priced for perfection like a lot of these AI stocks. I wouldn't say it's priced for perfection, but with that said, expectations are very high. Now, obviously, PE ratio is very high on SoFi. You guys know that does scare me a little bit, but when you compare it to like a Palantir, right, or some of these other stocks that are 100 plus PE ratios, right? Yeah, I think SoFi to me is a better bet, right? But with that said, we have been kind of towards this bottom Bollinger Band area, right, which is an ideal setup for our cash secured put entries, right? And we are really, we're starting to tighten up between our 200 and 300 day moving averages and the current share price. Usually we've been way above that, but because the last 6 months, for the most part, SoFi has, had some gains of about $4 in movement. Still, for the most part, for a SoFi, that's not much, right? So let's go take a look at this option chain. So what I'm going to be primarily focusing on is I'm going to keep doing my covered strangle, the peach strangle we like to call it, and that is when I'm running covered calls and cash secured puts for the same exact expiration. So the first thing I'm going to be doing today, maybe we'll see what happens, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to most likely have to go out about 2 weeks for my covered call. Why? Well, let's take a look at the 30th, right? That's 4 days away. That is the day of SoFi's earnings, right here. That is before the open, right there. You can see it. Now, if I go and do a covered call right here, I'm doing a sell call, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to sell my 100 shares for a certain price. You could see the juice is there, right? The juice is definitely there, right? Even for the 27s, I have no problem, right? Look, right, for example here, right? I got assigned at 26. I'm collecting $65 of premium. Let's go to our covered call calculator here. So let me zoom in here a little bit so y'all can see it. All my calculators are free. Just attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop down below. All of these are free, plus my trade log template at the very end of that training. So go ahead, attend that. But $65 of premium. My strike of the option is 27. My purchase strike price is 26, right? Boom. Very happy with this trade. Making 6% in a span of a week. That's nothing. That's nothing to. I'm not batting an eye at that. That's for sure. But I am very bullish on SoFi. So what am I doing? Most likely what I'm going to look up doing is going out a little bit further, right? And why am I going to do that? Well, you'll see in a minute. Well, number one, obviously earnings are on Friday, and I think they're going to have a great earnings, and who knows? They could have a great earnings, they still drop 10%. I'm just telling you my thought process. But for me, I don't like having my options contracts expire the week of earnings or the following week, right? Because we're dealing with something called IV Crush. So I'm looking 3 weeks out. I'm looking not this week, not the following week, looking February 13th. So 18 days away, right? Now, obviously, we're after hours here, but you can see this is where I'm going to be kind of trying to find some positions, right? I'm going to be looking at 28s. I'm going to be looking at 29s. Now, what's the play, Pete? Is it smarter to wait for earnings before doing your covered call, or are you better off just doing your covered call right away? That's a decision you need to make for yourself, unfortunately. But and obviously you could always do your 30 days, right? When you're kind of like nervous a little bit about everything. And that's usually sometimes when I'm like, I don't know what I really want, to be honest. I kind of I don't want to be like a day trader. I'm not a day trader. But then I'll be like, okay, you know what? Let me go see what I'm getting on my 30s. That's kind of like my reset point usually on things. So I come over here, I look at my 30s, right? I look at my 28s. Okay, I'm collecting some more appreciation if I have to sell. Decent bid-ask spread here. Let's say assume I'll collect 110. So I'll collect 110 of premium on this one, right? So about double here. I'm going to collect $28 on my strike, right? Or 28 of strike price. So I'm collecting more appreciation for a total premium return of 4.23%. That's $110 divided by 2,600. Not financial advisor. Do your own research. Just the premiums I'm seeing at my screen, right? Plus, I'm getting a nice little extra profit on shares for a total return if I end up selling my shares of around 12%. This is a trade I lean towards a little bit more because of the volatility that is going to happen because of these earnings, right? And how kind of it can go either way, and it could stay there, right? But at least for me, when I'm selling it as a monthly, I'm putting time in my favor a little bit, right? I'm pushing that out further. I'm kind of like not kicking the can down the road, but I'm kind of pushing it out there, and I'm still locking in the gains that I want. Now, this is a very aggressive play. Getting a 4% return on your month, I don't care who you are, that is a very aggressive amount of premium to be collecting. But what does that mean? That means that there is a higher chance of assignment. And it doesn't even matter what the delta says, right? When I look at the delta, it's a 37 delta. Let's just call it 40% chance of assignment, 60% chance of expiring worthless. I don't know. When I look at a 40 delta, it makes me pretty nervous. I'm going to be honest with you. It makes me actually really nervous, especially for it. But so that's where I have to be comfortable. Worst case scenario with a covered call, guys, your shares get sold. That is the worst case situation that can happen if you're selling a covered call and you miss out on the upside. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say I did do this position, right? Collected my premium, but then on February 27th, SoFi's trading at 32, 35. I missed out on all those gains. Nobody knows what the market's going to do. But one thing I do know for certain is that I like to focus on locking in real tangible gains, right? Real tangible gains, right? Not paper gains, right? If I want to buy and hold something, I'm just buying and holding something. Now, for SoFi puts, right? So I'm just over here on arkpicks.com, and I'm just looking at my quick trade idea because I always like to look at my 30-day to 45-day expiration. That's going to give me a gauge on what I'm also going to roughly collect on my weeklies, as it's usually a little bit more. Cash secured puts right now is where I'm going to put a little bit more focus on SoFi right now, right? So not only a covered call, obviously, that I want to, but if I look at the chart here on SoFi, right, we're really towards that mid to lower kind of like band area, right? So for me right now I have a better shot doing my cash secured puts and collecting some decent premium, right? So looking at things like March 6th, right? I'm doing a 24 strike price put. I'm collecting a 5% return on my collateral and locking up $2,400. That's a really good return on collateral. Very aggressive, right? Very, very aggressive because again, we're going into earnings week, but we're adding more time into our favor to hopefully let the dust settle. For the most part, on good quality companies, the dust for the most part often does settle. But overall, I still am. I'm very bullish SoFi, very long term. It's still for the most part above all its below its 50-day moving averages, slightly below its 2 and 300-day moving averages. Volatility is absolutely insane. 32 actually only on this contract for the 24s, right? So we'll see what ends up happening with that, but be careful out there, guys, especially with your contracts expiring the week of earnings and the week after earnings. There's going to be lots of opportunity. As you see, the whipsaw that we have been facing last week, holy moly, everything is a headline away. Literally, look at gold, $5,000 for an ounce of gold. Absolutely bananas, right? So this is the environment that we're in right now, and we just got to focus on good quality companies that we love and try to set ourselves up for success there. So if you guys want all of these calculators, you want my trade lock template, all that is completely for free and complimentary for you just for attending the Ark Options Strategy workshop down below. You're going to learn about this whole strategy, how to implement this for yourself, and you're going to be able to walk away with all these tools that you can actually implement for yourself. So click that first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.